So let's be real for a second. Ever since I started doing music reviews back in April of 2019, my first of which was a very poorly made review of Nate the Space God's debut album, Episode 1. Check it out in the description below, by the way. I have listened to and reviewed a total of 35 different albums, EPs, and tracks, along with a single movie review, which I plan to follow up with another movie review very soon, so don't worry, people. However, in the short amount of time I've been doing these reviews, there has been a countless number of times where I've come across albums that I just don't ever see myself reviewing or listening to for one reason or another. This could be because it's an artist I absolutely despise, the project is way too long for my tiny attention span, or I just have trouble putting my thoughts about it into words. So if you were planning on asking me to review any of the projects that are going to be on this list, I really am sorry for letting you down, but I just really don't have the time or motivation to listen to these damn things. But before you coincidentally suggest a review for any of the projects on the list, I should probably stop rambling and get to the list. So without any further ado, here is a list of 5 projects I will never listen to or review, starting with number 5. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Whole Lotta Red, the second studio album by the rapper Playboy Carti, which was released on Christmas of 2020. I actually have a couple of reasons to back up why I will never listen to this album, the first of which being I really fucking hate Playboy Carti's music. I have not heard a ton of songs by Playboy Carti, but the songs I have listened to by him I really ended up not enjoying, at all. His music is super boring, repetitive, and it feels like he's trying too hard to be edgy to the point where he just sounds like a carbon copy of other actually good emo rappers, but worse, obviously. Also, this damn thing is literally an hour long. I really do not want to spend an hour listening to a Playboy Carti album, especially if it's just 24 tracks of him just mumbling about the same topics we constantly hear other mumble rappers constantly talking about. So, yeah. If you ever do see a review of Whole Lotta Red on this channel, just know that it's probably an April Fool's joke and I'm actually reviewing a completely different album. I just need to get those views somehow. Don't be mad. Other YouTubers do it all the time and you still watch them. I'm talking about you, PewDiePie. At number 4 on this list that's bound to piss people off, we have Pegasus, the third studio album by the rapper Trippie Redd. Now, before you scramble into the comments section and berate me to the point where I go to a mental hospital, I know a lot of you people thought about it, hear me out. I actually really like Trippie Redd's music, and I think he's a really cool and humble guy. In fact, A Love Letter to You is a project that I really enjoyed and speak very highly of whenever somebody brings up Trippie Redd. I also love his feature on XXXTentacion's song Fuck Love off of 17, which I still cite as one of my favorite modern hip-hop tracks. However, can you really look at the runtime and tracklist length of Pegasus and argue with me about why I won't listen to it? The album is literally nearly an hour and a half long, and the tracklist of 26 songs mostly just consists of songs that are 3 to 4 minutes long. Yeah, no thanks. Like I said, I like Trippie Redd, but not enough to get me to listen to this album, so yeah, sorry Trippie Redd. And sorry to you guys, but you'll never see a review of Pegasus on this channel, so I don't really know what to tell you. Plus, if an album is this long, its songs are bound to get repetitive and boring at some point. I don't want to taint my enjoyment of Trippie Redd's music, you know? So, yeah, I'm not ever going to listen to or review this album, and I'm sorry about that. Right at the halfway mark, we have an entry that I'm sure a lot of people will understand its placement on this list. Eminem's 9th studio album, Revival, which was released in 2017. With all the negative reception that this album has gotten for its cliche and mediocre lyrics, its overbearing political themes, and the overabundance of pop artist features, which is probably meant to be a cheap cash grab, it has to be pretty obvious why I will never listen to this 77-minute-long political preach fest. Not only that, but it features a ton of artists that I really have not enjoyed my time listening to, such as Ex-Ambassadors, New Ed Sheeran, I like old Ed Sheeran, and Alicia Keys. If I don't enjoy them now, then it probably makes sense to say that I won't enjoy them on a political Eminem record. Not to mention, it also apparently has a huge rock-influenced vibe, and I quite honestly just don't think I would enjoy listening to Eminem do rock music for reasons which you can probably guess. Maybe soon I'll get around to reviewing music to be murdered by if I decide to listen to it, however, I can't say the same for Revival. Coming in just before number 1, we have the third studio album and first posthumous album, Legends Never Die, by the rapper Juice WRLD, who sadly passed away in December of 2019. For those of you that don't know, Juice WRLD was actually a huge inspiration to me and my music. In fact, he was the inspiration for my song Wasteland, which came out last year. If you haven't listened to it already, I recommend you go listen to it. The reason I won't ever listen to this album, obviously, isn't because I don't like him or his music. It's just because I honestly feel like I'd be too damn sad while listening to it. Juice WRLD's music had this way of relating to me and making me feel less alone in a way that most musicians could never do with their music if they tried, and listening to this album would just remind me of how depressed and sad he was before he died, and how he had so many demons and suicidal thoughts leading up to his death. It actually kind of pains me enough just to think about the fact that an artist I idolized so much was taken from us so quickly, so I really don't want to listen to this album just to be reminded that one of my favorite artists is never coming back, and I'll never be able to see him live. Rest in peace, Jared, and thank you for everything you've done for me and billions of other people. You lived and died a legend, and you will never be forgotten. Before we get to number 1 on this list of 5 albums I will never listen to, I just wanted to say that I hope you're enjoying this video so far, and if you are, please make sure to drop a like on this video if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new here, so you can be updated when I post another review or a countdown video just like this one, because I plan to post a lot more countdown videos too, as I plan to keep growing my channel as much as I can, so yeah, please do. It really helps the channel out a lot, if you decide to, of course. But without any further ado, here's number 1 on the list of 5 albums I will never, ever, 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 ever listen to. And no, that was not a Taylor Swift reference. And coming in at the very top of the list, we have Invasion of Privacy, the debut studio album by the, for some reason, respected rapper Cardi B, which was released in April of 2018. Anyone who is no stranger to hip-hop or just online drama in general probably knows how horrible of a person Cardi B is, and how horrible she's proven herself to be during her rise to fame. According to herself and many hip-hop themed news websites and pages, Cardi B used to commit very heinous acts of sexual assault and robbery against men after getting them very high on drugs such as weed and other stimulants. She's also done some pretty disgusting things on social media that I won't get into right now, so do look them up on your own time if you would like to. A person who has done such horrible and disgusting things with absolutely no remorse does not deserve respect, recognition, or attention in my opinion, in any way, shape, or form. And that's why I'm never listening to this album of hers or anything else new that she puts out, because she doesn't deserve my listen. In fact, I still haven't listened to WAP featuring Megan Thee Stallion, and I don't plan to, because I just don't like Cardi B at all. I don't like her music, and I don't like her as a person, so yeah, sorry if I sound like I'm overreacting or being oversensitive, but that's just how I feel. I don't feel like people who have done bad things deserve recognition, so I'm not going to give her my recognition. And that's that. If you stuck around until the end of the video, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to tell you to like or subscribe again because I already did earlier in the video, so you can't call me annoying for saying it twice. I also really hope you enjoy or at least appreciate the snarky jokes and lines I had into this video. I've been trying to incorporate more humor into my videos so I can make them more enjoyable for you guys, so I hope it worked out, and I really hope you guys like that aspect of it. You'll hear more of them in the next video, but until then, my name is Zero, and this has been Zero Review Stuff. Thank you for watching.